Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Akabane101, and welcome back to some more Dark Cloud. In the last few episodes, or 7 episodes rather, we completed Naroon Village, and I say we did a pretty fantastic job recreating the whole thing, making it look as good as new, with a lovely pond in the center of town, and everyone nicely surrounding it, except for the village mayor, which of course you can't exactly do anything with. But it's been an absolute blast going through Naroon Village, and now it's time to go tackle Matataki Village. But before we do, I just want to point out some items I grabbed from all the different houses. The most important one of note is the one in the basement of Toan's house, where the llama is, where Chow used to be when she was in cat form. She changed into a box, or that position changed into a box. So now we got the gourd, which is pretty nice, so we can give someone a gourd whenever we need it. In fact, you know what? I'm going to give Toan one because I think I already have an extra gourd anyway in my inventory. Yeah, there it is. So we're going to give that to Toan, and I might also give this Fruit of Eden to Toan as well, just because I want him to be my strong character. But right now, Chow is technically the strongest one I have, so there's that. Got a couple repair powders and a bread. In Macho and Macho's house, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. We got an attack +1, and from other houses we got things like Dragon Slayer, I think it was, and endurance +2, endurance +1 maybe, a few things like that. Nothing too crazy going on. Not like we got any weapons or anything like that, but that's the kind of things that we just got. So yeah, everything should be going pretty well here. We got one extra bread, so I'm actually, oops, let me reorganize this real quick. I'm going to throw this up into my active items. There we go. Nice. Now we got a bunch of great items to use as we explore a brand new village. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, let's go ahead and pick up a couple more repair powder, because we have tons of inventory space now, especially because in the mayor's area we got an extra pouch, which is awesome. So, is the store open? Let's go say hello to our good friend Gaffer, who no doubt will be coming back here over and over again, just to say hello. But yeah, let's go ahead and buy a couple more of these repair powders, and while we're at it, just in case we die, let's go ahead and buy this gold bullion. The way that it works is it sells for 100% of its value, so you can always sell the gold bullion back to Odd Gaffer for 1,000 gold pieces, which means when you die, you don't lose as much gold. You definitely won't lose the gold bullion, which is great, but I'll have 300 gold left instead of, like, you know, the 700 or whatever, losing a significantly larger portion of money, right? I only lose 300 gold instead of, like, 700, 800 gold. Alright, so let's say leave. We'll come visit again. I swear, we'll come back to you. And just as the morning begins, we'll be heading into Matataki Village. Let's go do it. So we got Naroon Village here. We can also fast travel straight into Divine Beast Cave. As you can see, this is the world map. We only have access to 3 locations: Matataki Village, Naroon Village, and Divine Beast Cave. And then as we explore the game, more of the map will open up to us, and we'll be able to fast travel at any point. You don't have to actually exit the village to go do this, just like how we were fast traveling quickly through the menus into Naroon Village. We can also fast travel straight to Matataki Village. But thematically, we're leaving the village to go here. Alright, so we've just arrived in Matataki Village. Obviously, it's completely barren, and we found a small boy. We're going to quickly save before we go talk to him, because there's a quick time event involved. So, in case I mess up, I will reload the save, because I do like getting all the dank loot. It's actually very powerful, usually, like a peridot or something. Well, okay, there's an axe in there. Maybe he's a lumberjack. You know, fellow Canadian. Let's go.
What? Who the? Ah, you! You must be with the monster that ruined the village. I know I'm right.
No.
You can't lie to me. That face of yours, it's a villain's face. Get ready. The hurt's coming. Enough already. Yeah! Ah.
Oh god, here we go. Oh man, that was a tough one. Okay. No! No! I was so close. Take number 3, let's go! There we go. Nailed it. First try, guys. First try, totally. Great! A present from the Terra Fairies. Ruby! Ooh, Ruby's good. I think it has a lot of MP properties.
Say, you're kind of strong. Look, I'm not up by a long shot. My stomach's killing me. Just wait till I'm better. See you then. And hey, I'm only saying this once, so you better listen. My name is...
Goro! 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 He's a cutie. He's the best.
Goro.
Oh? Okay then.
Hunter's Earring acquired.
Alright, that was an interesting adventure there. Let's climb up the stairs, or the ladder, excuse me, to see what's up. Any treasures up here? No. Wait, I can just enter the building? I never even know you could do that. I didn't even know you could just enter his house. What do you have in here, my friend? A little whetstone on the thing, right? And a little candle that's unlit.
I lost my hunter's earrings. Have you seen them? You can understand the forest fairies when you wear them. I use them to talk to the Treant. I don't really need to, though. I've already mastered their language. Oh, I wonder if Treant is still all dried up. You want to see Treant? Check it out at the huge hole deep in the village.
Hey, there we go. So unfortunately, it sounds like Treant is not doing so hot right now. So let's do a little map hack. Let's just teleport straight into Matataki Village so we don't have to climb down the ladder again, like it's Metal Gear Solid 3 or something. We had to climb the ladder for like 3 hours. Still the best moment in video game history, though. That's one of my favorite games. Okay, so here's Matataki Village. Let's take a quick look at the layout of the map. You can see here there's the waterfall, and the Fairy King and all his wisdom absorbed all the rivers, so now Treant got dried up because he collected all the rivers and threw them into the dungeon, so now we have a completely dried up river. But let's go say hi to Treant anyway. Little dried up cabbage that he is, and be his friend. Look at him, oh, he's so cute. Treant, in its current state, is helpless without water. Treant is a tree fairy that controls the water element. Without water, it seems like speaking is difficult for it. Toan, you and your own must connect the river that was cut off here at the Matataki Village to revive Treant. Treant will then surely aid you in your quest. This is a village which I saved with Atla. The village could be revived if the Atla can be found. The Atla are probably scattered around the Wise Owl Forest. You can enter the forest by opening Matataki's gate here. I will open the gate for you. Go and see what you can find. Listen, Toan. Make the river your priority. Connect the river to save Treant. Got it? Sounds like a plan. The fairy tree Treant is dried up. Water could possibly revive it. I love the Treant. It's one of the only characters that kind of persists between Dark Cloud 1 and Dark Cloud 2, the Treant. He's a cool character. But, alas, we must head on out. There's actually an area where we can go fishing here. We don't even need to place down a pond, which is kind of cool. There's 2 areas to fish. I think it's this area right here, if there is water in it. You can't fish right now. And then there's also the waterfall area, which does have fish in it right now. And of course, we're going straight into the Wise Owl Forest right when the music kicks in. Apologize for that. This is probably one of my favorite soundtracks in the game, is the Wise Owl Forest. I love it. As we can see, it's now called a territory, and we have 7 Atla in the first zone, so let's go ahead and get exploring. You can also see a little Wise Owl there in the background. We'll quickly find out that our inventory is going to get filled real quick with 3 different types of quote-unquote keys that you need to succeed in the Wise Owl Forest. Yep. Territory 1, already a limited zone due to mysterious forces on this floor. You get thirsty right quick. Good thing we got an extra gourd on Toan then. Already gotten into the gooey state. Excellent. Okay, we're living the dream. I totally forgot those guys have gooey. I thought they had poison on them, so I'm like, I could take the poison. Alright, we got this. Right now, let's also take a quick look at our boy Toan. I want to see what it has for customization here. Because now we got a ruby, which gives us fire, right? Gives us fire, Mimic Breaker. Oh, it's really not that good. I thought Ruby was much better. Yeah, it's actually just poopy doo-doo. The only thing that's really good about it is Mimic Breaker, because mimics are not weak to anything, as far as I can tell, other than Mimic Breaker, which is great. Or Anti-Mimic in this case. But hey, you know what? I'll take that any day of the week. I'm honestly surprised how weak Toan is, though, at the moment. I might just switch over to Chow. I don't know. I want to keep leveling Toan up a little bit, though. Oh, we got Cacao. Who the heck is that? Let's go take a look. In our Georama parts. Matataki's Minstrel. Weak health. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound so hot. An escape powder. Not particularly useful for us, but that is okay. We got a look at Thursday. I'm actually recording this on a Monday, but I'm sure we'll run across Monday at some point. Hey, here's Saturday. That was yesterday for me. That was fun. Ow! So here's one of the 3 keys. Get used to the animation, because we're going to be seeing a lot more in Matataki Village. I think this is the only town, or village, or dungeon, one of those words, Bunbuku, where there is 3 keys to open 1 door, which is a bit much. And not all the keys work, so we'll see if this chestnut, this roasted chestnut will work. Oh, it does! Okay, great. So now we don't have to worry about the other 2 keys, which assuredly we will happen upon. But now we have unlocked the exit, so we don't need to worry about the exit anymore, which is great. I don't think that despawns the other keys. I'm fairly certain you can still get the other keys. Ow, sir. Now, I want to show you guys a trick here, and I think this does work in this game. I could be wrong. It might only work in Dark Cloud 2, but I distinctly remember using this trick, and once we happen across another enemy, I'm going to try and show it off, because if it does work, then that's great for leveling our characters, or our weapons, mind you. Great, we have access to the map. We don't have any area in the map that's called a pond, so we can't actually heal up our thirst too well, but that's going to be okay. Alright, so let's kill this guy, first thing. And also, let me just make sure, okay, good. Alright. Oh no! He kept doing his animations. The trick, what I was trying to do, is kill an enemy, and then swap to a new character. Ah, okay, so it doesn't work that way in this game. So, in Dark Cloud 2, the XP will actually physically touch the ground. And your other characters could just pick it up, which is kind of neat. But in this one, you can't do that. So okay, good to know. I can't abuse any sort of mechanics in this case, which I guess technically would be more of a glitch than anything. Hey, we got a big chest. Nice. You don't come across those too much, at least in this playthrough anyway. That guy, Friday, just came sprinting in with a little drop kick there. See that shit? I had a commenter on my first video who is Australian, and apparently in the Australian version of the game, if explosion goes off for these chests, they disappear, which is weird. I have not run across that on this version of the game or on the PlayStation 2 North American version of the game, but if anyone else has run across an issue where these chests, when they explode, they disappear, then absolutely pick explosion 100% of the time. Also, I hope this doesn't kill me, because I'm a little close to the chest right now. Let's force open the chest. Let's hope it's not, let's hope it's not curse. It was curse. Or let's hope it is curse, rather. And we got a sax. Cool, that's actually like a tier 2 weapon, I believe. Whoa, look at this thing. Yeah, that's definitely like in tier 2. Chris knife is like a tier 1. Or sax would be like a tier 2 in terms of weapon stuff. Like the endurance is only slightly worse, and sure the speed isn't so hot, but I mean that's easily fixed by just plucking off these guys and putting them over here. As I am slowly dying, apparently my voice does not like me today. All right, look at this. Oh yeah, 36 attack. There we go. Now Toan's gonna be living the dream. My other Chris knife, okay, it's only absorbed like 24 absorption points, so that should be okay. Yeah, this is a much better choice, I think, in this position here. One of my viewers has been absolutely wonderful and has devised an entire sheet for us to use to figure out what the weakness is on some of the enemies. Ooh, a gooey peach. Shiny stone, that's another one of the items you can use to get out of the dungeon. Hand it over to the wise owl. Yes, one of my viewers has been super helpful and has devised an entire sheet of all the elemental weaknesses of a bunch of the enemies, and hilariously, elements don't really come into play in this game until like Dungeon 3. There's a few enemies here and there that are going to be specifically weak to certain moves, or to certain elements, excuse me. Why do I have Chris knife equipped? I should have swapped this over. Whoops. Luckily I didn't break it, because we can always use that for stat points. Just gonna equip the sax again. But not until Dungeon 3 does like elements really come into play. And really not until like the bonus dungeon that was added to the North American European release. Hey, Sundew, so this will actually allow us to get to the secret room. Surprisingly, we never got any of that in the previous playthrough. Look at that magical crystal. Are we going to get anything good here? Pumped with energy, that's okay. But what was added to this version of the game was called the Demon Shaft. And essentially, once you beat the game, you can reload your save and you can go access the Demon Shaft, which is a 100-floor dungeon with a new boss at the end. There's even an achievement on this version of the game to complete the Demon Shaft. The Demon Shaft is freaking difficult as hell. Oh, whoops, I did not mean to double chug. I meant to use my Trance Feather. That's one downside to using items on your hotbar. You really should only have, like, amulets and things like that. You don't really need anything else. This thing is a beast, man. It's just ripping people apart. I want to get this thing leveled up first before I start using Chow again. Steel Slingshot, I don't think that was very good. I think we got one before. Let's take a look. 14 damage, 14 damage. Again, they could be nice stat sticks if I decide to turn them into the set items, you know, get them to +5, slap them into another item. That's always worthwhile doing. What I would really like is another bandit slingshot, because then I can stuff a bandit slingshot into Toan's weapon, and then he can also have the effect of steel, which would be really nice. I'm gonna kill his ally first thing. Here's another item on the ground that's for the gate to leave the dungeon. But I want to show you guys one of the back rooms here. Okay, you know what? You're going to get shot by Chow. That is what's going to happen here. You lose lock-on when you switch characters. That's good to know. Excellent. That's what you get. You little butthole. Okay. Nice. Red berry. I don't even know why I picked that up. It's just a waste of inventory space. So let's use our Sundew. I'm hoping we don't need this for anything. I feel like we need Sundew for a specific character. Like we have to trade it in. But for now, I think it'll be okay. I'm not sure if we actually need it for another character. I can't remember. I remember Sundew being important for something, other than going to the back rooms. But dang it, we haven't gone to a back room. We didn't get a single tram oil in all of Naroon Village. And I want to show you guys a back room, because they're actually pretty cool, and they're pretty nice for items. You get tons of gems and stuff from these. So they're almost always worthwhile going to. The only difference is that it's a challenge. And I think the limited zone also carries over into this, so, you know, we're probably going to starve to death, but, you know, or get thirsted to death. Oh, we already got a bee, okay. Why can't you just leave me be, dude? Okay, I think these guys, I think, have armor from Chow's weapons, if they decide to use it. Oh, maybe not. Alright, that's fine. Chow is still a beast, even without, like, Toan's freaking crystal knife. Look at that gooey peach. Yum, 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 yum. And the fact that she hits more means more chances for her to rob them, so it's not even a big deal. Not even a big deal at all. You'll also notice that obviously the thirst meters, they don't carry over between the two characters, so we can kind of abuse that a little bit, but at the end of the day, we only got 2 tasty waters left, but thankfully we got... Hey, look at this, a sapphire. Thankfully we got Drant's Feather to help us speed things along here. Really, the only reason you go to these back rooms is for the chest. You can ignore all the enemies. A diamond?! Holy shit. That's like one of the best items you can get. Okay. Okay. Isn't it like? Yeah, there you go. As you can see, it increases every anti-monster stat by 5. Ooh, what's this? Anti-sky? Yeah, sure, why not? Give that to her. And she can handle these pumped up enemies no problem too, which is pretty dope. As long as she's like a little bit... as long as she's far enough away anyway. Alright, sweet. Let's go drink that tasty water here, which should heal up 5. Yeah. I'm glad I gave her a few extra thirst points. I mean, a lot of people will just max out Toan, and I totally understand it. I totally get it. You're gonna probably run the demon shaft and like... No, damn it, I did it again. I double chugged. We're gonna have to leave the dungeon after this to grab some more water. Derp. I'm just gonna, like, not put water on my hotbar anymore. Funds increased a little. How much is a little, though? It's a lot. That's what a little is. A little is a lot. There's only 1 treasure chest left. My poor Toan is thirsting to death. Thankfully, it's only like a poison, right? Okay, you got this, Chow. It's on you. You're equally as good as Toan, if not better, because you have Bandit Strike, which is great. Oops. I gotta wait for the exclamation mark to appear above her head. There we go. I've been playing a bit of Final Fantasy XIV with controller. I know, it's crazy, playing an MMO with a controller, but it's actually been really enjoyable. And I'm more used to selecting objects and having the game like do all the calculations for me and just like be like, oh yeah, no problem, you can click on that. And this one's like, you have to be standing like in this tiny little pixel zone in front of the box. Otherwise, everything goes to poop. All right, let's use this large boat. Let's get back home. Let us sprint into the next floor, but we're gonna run back and go talk to Aunt Gaffer and be like, hey, I accidentally drank everything. And I'm like, oh, you done goofed. On the bright side, we got a little extra funds, quote unquote, so now we can hand those in. Fun fact, this also respawns the level, so if you wanted to stay in a singular level and just keep farming stuff, if you were lucky enough to get a Sundew, you can just keep flip-flopping between the 2 different zones, and you can respawn all the enemies and get all the loot. But you don't get your treasure chests, and I think the treasure chests are worthwhile at least to at least go between the different zones. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but yeah. So we are going to leave the dungeon temporarily, but this should still give us the 2nd floor, because we are not running away. We're going to the next floor and then leaving.